The drama surrounding that 60-yard touchdown says far more about the Cleveland Browns than just one explosive play. When Shadur Sanders stepped back, read the coverage, anticipated the window before it even opened, and launched that ball downfield in stride, it was the kind of moment franchises spend decades searching for. Perfect protection. Perfect timing. Perfect trust. Jeudy didn't have to slow down, didn't have to adjust, didn't have to fight for it. He simply ran, caught, and walked into the end zone. And yet, instead of joy, instead of pure adrenaline, there was something off. Something heavy. Something uncomfortable. You could see it in Jeudy's body language immediately. The hands over the ears. The muted reaction. The absence of celebration you'd expect after a career-changing connection with a rookie quarterback. It didn't look like a man thrilled to be part of something special. It looked like a man wrestling with the realization that the spotlight was shifting. Because when a quarterback delivers a throw like that under pressure, it changes the hierarchy instantly. Receivers know it. Defenses know it. Locker rooms feel it. And Jeudy felt it the second that ball hit his hands. That pass wasn't just a touchdown. It was a statement. It announced that Shadur Sanders isn't surviving in this offense. He's controlling it. And control changes relationships. Suddenly, freelancing routes doesn't fly anymore. Suddenly, accountability matters. Suddenly, effort and trust outweigh reputation. For a receiver who has grown used to operating on his own terms, that adjustment can feel uncomfortable. And that discomfort showed. What makes the moment even more revealing is what came before it. The sideline exchange earlier in the game exposed a tension that has been simmering quietly. Jeudy talking out of line. Frustration spilling outward. Disrespect creeping in. And through it all, Shadur never flinched. No shouting. No theatrics. No public blame. He handled it like a leader who understands that real authority doesn't need volume. He corrected internally, stayed focused, and kept the offense moving. That maturity stands in sharp contrast to Jeudy's energy, which feels increasingly detached from the collective mission. Leadership shows up in how you respond when things aren't perfect. Shadur is out there taking hits, extending plays, and putting receivers in positions to succeed. That 60-yard touchdown was Jeudy's longest catch of the season. It didn't happen because of some brilliant individual effort. It happened because Shadur trusted the route, trusted the timing, and trusted that the receiver would be exactly where he was supposed to be. That's quarterback play. And that's why the reaction afterward felt so telling. When a quarterback gives you everything, and the response is resentment instead of appreciation, it raises questions. The numbers only make the contrast sharper. Since Shadur took over, touchdowns have followed. 3 straight games with scores. Poise under pressure. Growth every week. Meanwhile, Jeudy's season tells a different story. Quiet stretches. Limited impact. Moments of flash surrounded by inconsistency. His previous highlight involved a long gain that ended in a fumble. That's not production. That's volatility. And volatility doesn't survive long in an offense built on trust. Shadur understands that better than anyone. Listen to how he talks about the game and you hear something rare in a young quarterback. He doesn't obsess over highlights. He talks about footwork, timing, chemistry, trust. He talks about looking teammates in the eye and promising to be where he's supposed to be. That's not quarterback speak. That's leadership language. He knows that when trust exists, performance follows. And when trust breaks, everything collapses. That mindset is exactly why the gap between Shadur and Jeudy feels wider every week. One is building something. The other seems stuck trying to preserve status. Shadur is focused on making the offense reliable. Jeudy still feels like he's chasing validation. That difference shows up in routes, reactions, and energy. It shows up in body language after touchdowns. It shows up in how teammates respond. And hovering over all of this is Kevin Stefanski, whose presence somehow makes the situation feel even more unstable. A young quarterback emerging as a clear leader should be protected, supported, and empowered. Instead, Stefanski's approach continues to feel passive, almost disconnected. The same indecision that delayed Shadur's rise now bleeds into how the offense is managed. There's no firm structure, no clear message. Shadur is building chemistry on his own, pulling the locker room together through performance and professionalism. while the coaching staff appears content to let tension linger. That's dangerous, because locker rooms don't stay quiet forever. Players notice who brings consistency and who brings noise. They notice who prepares and who complains. And right now, Shedur's credibility is growing by the snap. He's calm in chaos, focused under pressure, confident without arrogance. Those are the traits teams rally around. Jeudy, meanwhile, looks like a player struggling to adapt to a quarterback who demands precision and accountability instead of indulgence. The influence of Coach Prime looms large in all of this, and not in the way critics like to frame it. Shedur's comments about his father reveal why he's wired differently. He's been coached hard his entire life. Expectations were never optional. Preparation was never negotiable. Hearing that voice in his head during games isn't pressure. It's grounding. Keeps him sharp. Keeps him honest. And it's why he's comfortable leading grown men at the highest level. That upbringing shows. Shadur doesn't crumble under scrutiny. He doesn't seek excuses. He embraces critique and turns it into improvement. He understands that excellence isn't accidental. It's built daily, quietly, and relentlessly. That's why his rise feels sustainable. This isn't a hot streak. This is a foundation forming in real time. And that's what makes the tension with Jeudy so important. Because this isn't just about one receiver's mood. It's about alignment. Either players buy into the structure Shadur is building, or they get exposed by it. Quarterbacks like him don't elevate chaos. They eliminate it. They reward discipline. They punish freelancing. Over time, that always reveals who truly belongs. The Browns are at a crossroads again, but this time it feels different. For once, the answer at quarterback looks clear. Shadur Sanders is not just the future. He's the present. The question now is whether the organization will fully commit to him by surrounding him with players who share his mindset and coaches who amplify his strengths instead of complicating them. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe for more in-depth Browns coverage. And let me know what you think. Do you believe Jeudy can adjust, buy in, and earn Shadur's trust? Or is this partnership already cracking under the weight of conflicting